Hello guys, welcome to the session. It seems like half a dozen of you have joined. Let's wait a couple of minutes more and let's see if others join too. In the meantime, I am very interested in knowing about you. Please feel free to introduce yourself. I'll be doing about myself too very soon. This is an interactive session, so that this is a requirement that you have to use your mics. I am not asking about turning on your cameras, but you have to use your mics. You guys can hear me clearly, right? Can see the screen. Let's just have the technology test first. Anybody? Can you guys hear me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Guys, you will have to use your voice in this session. This is a 2 hour long session, and the monologue would be very boring for both of us. I mean, I do have stories to tell. So, what do you guys say? Should we start at 6:05 or, I mean, wait for others, or should we just start? It's up to you.
Wait for others, sir.
Okay. In the meantime, would anyone of you like to start by telling why they are doing this course? I guess it is too soon for this question. Let me bring a couple of slides first then. I am again repeating, this is an interactive session. All my content, all my slides, even the matter we discuss will depend on how much you respond, how much you ask, how much you give inputs. Even the questions are based on your inputs only. Okay, we'll just wait 1 more minute and then we'll start. Okay, welcome once again, guys. The course is Principles of Construction Management. The instructor is Professor Sudhir Misra from IIT Kanpur. I am Venugopal Mahajan, a PhD fellow at IIT Delhi. This is a live interactive session for the NPTEL course that you have been attending, that you have joined. So let's first see what the course is about. Uh, this course covers diverse construction project aspects and mainly the construction project management skills and knowledges. Who are the target audience? Civil engineering students. But it has a lot of info for other engineering graduates also, as well as for the people who are working in the industry. Uh, yes, there is no strict prerequisite like what you should know or what not, but if you have some site experience or some exposure to practical things, the content would go quite smoothly. Uh, and as this is a very wide, the contents of this course is very wide. Okay, so you might find that you might find this useful for the basic training, but in depth you will have to study from somewhere else. Okay, let me point it out to you in detail. This is the week plan for our 8 weeks. The first one you would have already gone through the contents. The assignment due date is, I guess, over now. Week 2 is estimation of project cost. Week 3 construction economics. You will find that construction economics itself has a 8-week NPTEL course. Planning and scheduling, week 4 and week 5 have 8-week and 4-week NPTEL courses. Week 6 I am yet to find NPTEL course directly to civil engineering, but week 7 again there is NPTEL course of 8 weeks. So you can see that the week plan itself shows that we are covering a wide variety of topics. So as you would have heard about it from the sir's first lecture also, so depth might be missing, but as this is going to be general, most of the things would be subjective in nature here. Objectivity or numericals would be less. So same as the case of assignments from the class, one was of graded assignments and one was of do it yourself kind of questions. So we'll be focusing on both. Do it yourself questions will let us delve deeper in this case as discussions go on. Okay, so now this was about the course. So now most probably I'm meeting most of you for the first time. I am Venugopal Mahajan. My research area is data driven decision making, digital twins. So what are we going to discuss in these sessions? We'll be going through a weekly recap of what you went through the course, through the lectures. Then there would be some practice Q&A and definitely discussion. So you can ask me doubts whatever you have regarding the previous assignments, but the current assignment I am not at the liberty to discuss. What can you expect from me? Okay, there will be interactive problems. As you give answers, the solution will change. We will move on like that. Yeah, there will be previous assignment discussions that will help you in facing the final exam. Then of these live sessions, if you have any queries, you can post it on the discussion forum, and I will be checking it in a couple of days and replying it there. Obviously, there will be some random quotes and dad jokes. And as my research area is into digital technologies, I will try to infuse some dose of digital tech so that you guys also like it. And okay, this is about me. But what I expect from you is, I expect active participation. You should be using your mics anytime you want to. You should be asking lots and lots of questions, and obviously your experiences. Can I have a show of hands of how many of you are working professionals? Okay. Yeah, so we have got almost like 6 or 7 of you working professionals. So what I would like to hear from you is, what are you exactly expecting from this course? Please tell me something about yourself. What is your day job? And what do you expect from this course and from these sessions? I'm again repeating, this is going to be highly interactive. If we want it to be if we want it to be engaging and helpful for both of us, otherwise it is going to be a monologue and none of us would be on the beneficial side. So I brought you once again to tell me about yourself and what you expect from this course and these sessions. Okay, guys, you can just turn on your mics and just talk. This is going to be a discussion. Yeah, I have got a raised hand, Rahul Rathod. Would you like to add? Okay, we will move forward only after I know something about some of you, so that I know that I am not talking to bots or robots.
Sir, can we know
Uh,
about the
yeah, sir,
in this,
your voice is little breaking. Can
hello,
you please
hello,
speak
can you
louder?
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, sir, can you please know can you please again explain the assignment topic in deep मतलब किस टाइप के असाइनमेंट आएंगे उसमें हमको किस टाइप से उसको सबमिट करना है
ओके, सी असाइनमेंट सबमिशन का ऐसा है कि ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप एग्ज़ाम फाइनली होना है एनपीटेल में, अगर आपको सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए तो. सो व्हाट यू सी इन दीज असाइनमेंट्स दैट आर ग्रेडेड are actually multiple choice or objective type questions, and similar questions you can expect in the final exam also. But as the course is very broad in coverage, so sir has given us a lot of uh, do it yourself type questions, that food for thought, as sir has mentioned. So those are for your own homework, those will not be graded.
Thank you.
Okay. Guys, really, I mean, I am just going to sit here till I know about you. Okay, we have got one more raised hand. Can you please turn on your mic and say?
Hi, good evening, everyone. This
Yeah.
is Khalid.
Good evening, sir.
I work in a government department which looks after the assets like buildings, then roads, and electricity, water supply of the different services. So I joined this course to improve my knowledge of this construction management.
Okay, welcome to the course. This definitely will cover a lot of topics that would be interesting to you, and I'm looking forward to hearing your experiences working on the government side.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I've got Rishikesh Gogoi, sir. Would you like to add?
Good evening, sir, and everyone. I'm a final year undergraduate student. I'll be. I have joined this course firstly to know the principles, and basically to get the knowledge about the construction management. As I'm still studying, I've
Okay.
just reached my fourth year of
Yeah.
BT.
Uh, this should be a good course for you, going through the going through the lectures of sir. Okay. Anybody else? So can you please speak louder or keep your mic close?
But can you explain what the difference in the such a management construction planning principle?
Excuse me, but still not clearly audible to me. Is he audible to others? Is the problem at my end?
No, sir, I think
Yes, audible.
Okay. Okay, so what I didn't get from you guys is what are your expectations from these sessions. So maybe let's see what I have planned for you today, and then we'll see what were you expecting and what additional things you want. Okay, so we'll just delve into some easy questions. what does the iron triangle represent in project management? The options are in front of you. KBC style, you can just start answering. Guys, you don't.
B, I think.
B. Okay, guys, you don't need to raise your hands. This is a discussion, so you can just. I mean, you can just interrupt. The word choice may be wrong, but you can just interrupt anytime. Okay, B. Anybody else? Okay, so
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. So we have got B option, right? So first of all,
Sir, yeah.
A. Okay, we have got one for A and one for B. What about anybody else? Okay, so we have got two terms in the question. Okay, iron triangle and project management. Anybody would like to elaborate on what project management actually is?
It applies all four, sir.
Okay, it applies to all four iron triangle. Okay, let's see what it is. So project management, I am leaving it to you guys because this is principles of construction management. By the end of this course, hopefully you will get the greater idea on what it is. So now coming to iron triangle. Iron triangle actually shows the interdependence of scope, time and cost in project management. Okay, so let's make the iron triangle. What do we have here is we have scope, we have time and we have cost. What does this triangle represent? This actually shows the quality of the project is dependent on these three things. But if you vary even one of them, let's suppose that you try to increase the scope. Okay, your scope point moves from here to here. This is your new scope. What happens is your time will increase, your cost will increase, and maybe this interdependence will also increase, right? But what has happened is your quality of project has gone down. What do you mean by quality of project then? In this case, it is very simple. If your plant achievables or deliverables are not achieved, the project is of poor quality. We will have a whole week of discussion on quality management, so we'll see to it then. Okay, so now coming to the interdisciplinary nature of construction projects. You can see that we are moving in the same format as the recorded sessions. The case study is airport project instead of metro from there. So who are the stakeholders in the airport project? Guys, you have to answer.
Government.
Okay, we
Adani.
okay, we have got Adani. We have got government.
Government.
AAI.
Who else?
Airport Authority of India.
India.
Okay, we have got AAI. Who else?
Adani. Government of India.
Okay, government of India. We already did it. Anybody else?
Investor.
Okay, investors.
The public,
Public. Okay,
the
public.
contractors,
Public contractors.
flight companies also,
Flight
airline
com-
companies.
Okay, flight companies. I couldn't catch the last thing. Can you please repeat? Okay, anybody else or any other stakeholders?
End user.
Okay, end users. I guess that would be similar to public, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other stakeholder?
Foreign investors.
Employees.
Okay, we have got foreign. I mean, we have got foreign ones also, and we have got employees. Others? Other stakeholders? Okay. What do you guys know about the life cycle of a project? I mean, there is a inception phase, there is planning phase, construction phase, then operations and maintenance, then demolition. Do you think the stakeholders remain the same during all these phases?
No.
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 So the answer that I have in front of me is related to which phase? See, for this problem, it might not be that suitable, but for rest of the problem solving, we have to focus on first understanding the problem, and then delving into going into solutions. What I want you guys to do is that anytime you have a problem or a question in front of you, you first determine the requirements that you need. Are they there or not? What the information is provided in the problem, or what the assumptions you are making. We'll see how your answer changes as per the assumptions. Okay. So let's see if we talk about the uh, design of the project. Can you see the stakeholders list now?
Yes, yes.
I would like you to go through the flow chart. You would find that is there any item missing? See, what they have did is they have divided into two parts. One is of the construction side, and one is the regulation side. There is, as you can see, that governmental operation authorities. There is health municipality also. Why is municipality a stakeholder in airport project?
Can you repeat the question?
Why is municipality a stakeholder in airport project?
So there will be some water usage and there will be some discharge maybe
Okay,
from the airport.
water usage discharge.
E-waste disposal will be there.
Okay,
Solid waste.
Supply of water.
supply of water.
Electricity.
Okay. Uh, what do you think about height regulations in the vicinity of airports?
Yes.
Right, there are also bylaws regarding how high can the building go, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I would do is I would give these slides to you guys and let you delve on this. Now this was of the design phase. Now let's come to the operations phase. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry guys. Um, can you go through the operations stakeholders? And obviously the next diagram shows the sorry, I'm still a bit under the weather. Okay, so these were on the operation side. Now this figure gives their relationships. is there anything that you do, just have a go through of this figure, and if there is something that you don't like or why is it there, we'll discuss. Okay, so now you have gone through these things, we are coming to the main question. List different components related to airport infrastructure and respective specialist or engineer. How many of you guys are not willing to do this exercise? See, if you are not willing, we can directly move to objective type questions again. Okay, anybody who would like to answer? Who would like to start the answer?
For the construction, there will be civil engineer, electrical engineer,
Okay.
and for the air conditioning, there will be mechanical engineers.
Okay.
MEP
And then
works.
MEP works. See, yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with your answers, but like we discussed with the Einstein slide, that you have to first try to break down the question. So here we start with what do you mean by airport infrastructure? What are the different components of it? Can we do with that?
Runway.
Okay.
Runway.
Runway.
Terminal,
Runway, terminal,
taxiway,
terminal, taxiway, apron. Okay.
Arrival, departure, buildings.
Okay.
Infrastructure.
Buildings.
Hangar.
Control room.
Okay. AK, buildings, control room. Apron,
Hangar.
hangar. Okay. What about food outlets? I mean, we have got all the chains there, na? Haldiram, Subway, etc., etc. Okay, let me just add duty free or duty free shops. Anything else?
Electrical ducts.
Electrical ducts. Sir, for what purpose?
For elevators. Exca-
Okay. Uh, Escalators.
Escalators, elevators, lifts.
Okay.
security
Fire
checking,
station.
Fire
Staff
station.
staff quarters.
Uh, Fire station. Staff quarters. Anything else? What about refueling infra? You will have storage, right? Storage, then pipelines, trucks. Okay, anything else? Anybody else? So the question is, can all these be dealt by a single person or a single specialist? You will see that even if we talk about, yeah,
We need to be assigned with different vendors or contractors.
okay, different vendors, contractor. Can a single person be in charge of assigning these? Can a single person collect all the information and assign various
Yes,
vendors?
yes. Possible.
Okay, a single person can do that.
Like client, consultant.
Okay. See, what you will find is that if you go on and break it down, you will find that even if something can be done by a civil engineer, you will find that various specialists, even in civil engineering, are required to complete just one thing. Like if you talk about runway, then the size of the runway would be decided upon the capacity of the airport, right? Like what size or what type of aircraft should be landing. Now that would be decided by someone who has done the work on, who has done the social research work there. Like what is the demand, what kind of passengers can they expect. Even after that, if some runway is designed, uh, its geometrical design is done, then for construction you will need someone from geological or geological side, just to say that is it possible or not, or someone from geotechnical, like what should be the exact support or soil strengthening that should be done. So you can see that even for a single thing, it is going to be a complete to and fro thing going to another person's. Like if you talk about refueling infra, uh, by the number of aircrafts landing there, taking off from there, somebody would say, okay, we'll need this capacity of uh, fuel stored there. But who will design the storage tanks? We have already learned in civil engineering how to design the storage tanks. That is also a part of mechanical engineering. But rest of the details, like what should be the pipeline, the motors, pumps, etc., that would be in the ambit of mechanical engineering. Similarly, you can find a lot of things coming from electrical engineering point. Seeing that this is a dengue and malaria season, defogging is going in the campus here. Okay, so now I guess you can see how even for such a big thing, it is quite interdisciplinary. uh, I will provide you these slides so that you can work it out on yourself. Okay, so let's come to some questions. These will be simple KBC type questions. Notice inviting tender. What is the primary purpose of a NIT?
To
B.
invite qualified bidders to participate in the tender process.
B.
Okay.
B,
Right.
B, sir.
Okay. So this is how KBC starts, right? The first question is quite simple, but you will find that most of the questions are simple here. Okay. So let's see the next one. What does NIT outline for potential bidders in the competitive bidding process? So now we are talking about what is there in NIT and what is not. See
A.
this, yeah, A is there.
C, sir.
C.
Okay, C. Anything else? What about D?
C,
Okay,
C, sir. C.
okay, C. Let's see. Detailed construction project timeline? No, it is not detailed. The client generally mentions a timeline, but it is like 24 months or 36 months, like that. Names of participating bidders? Definitely not. You don't even know who are your participating bidders. Scope of work and deliverables, yeah, definitely. What about evaluation criteria for bid assessment?
No, D is not there.
Okay, D is not there. See, this is kind of asking some people to take an exam, right? That who gets the maximum marks will get the project. So don't you think they should be clear on how they are going to be judged? Like if you have four different animals, a rabbit, a fish, a elephant, and a monkey, and you give them and you take their test of climbing a tree, should other three participate except the monkey? I mean,
No,
this
sir.
is this is the very simplistic example of why they should be they should know what the evaluation criteria is. Like you should already tell them that okay, we'll be first deciding on the let's say your technical qualifications or your past project experience. So yeah, this part should be there in NIT. Okay, coming to the next. Again, a similar question. Which of the following details are typically present in a NIT for a construction project?
E.
Okay, E is there.
E. E.
D and E.
Sir,
Okay, D and
sir, all
E.
of the above.
Anything
Sir,
else?
all, sir.
All.
E.
Uh,
Uh, okay,
C.
A should be there, overview and objectives. B, like this is a repeat of what we discussed.
C, C should be there.
C should be there.
Yeah.
No.
No, C should not be there.
Okay, why or why not should C be there?
Detailed training is
C
not.
will be in the tender paper document.
Okay,
Yes, drawings and BOQ will be in the tender document.
okay. So yeah, C is not there. Now coming to bidding. In a we'll discuss some interesting things because we had one participant from government side, right? So bidding we will try to make it interesting. In the two bid system, what information is disclosed during the first stage of bidding? You guys are quite clear about two bid system, right?
I think A is the answer. Technical
A.
qualification.
Okay.
Sir, D.
E.
B.
A.
Sir, D.
D, sir, D.
Sir, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So you can see that the D part, past performance of contractor, is kind of covered in A, experience of contractors, right?
Yes, right, sir.
Okay. So what exactly is a two bit system? Can anybody concisely say what are the two bits, two envelopes?
Like first one contains the technical and the other one contains financial.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly. So only when the first envelope is opened and you pass through the first exam, they will check your second envelope. Okay. So definitely here, what information is disclosed is technical qualifications. Yeah. When are the financial bids open? Similarly, after the evaluation of the technical bids, right? But which one? All contractors or pre-qualified contractors?
Pre-qualified contractors. Doctor.
P1, sir. Pre-qualified contractor.
C.
Okay.
C, sir.
C.
Option C.
B.
Yeah. Now, when you go through a CPWD works manual, you'll find that they have got 2-bit system and 3-bit system. And surprisingly, they have got a system where they don't even invite for tenders. If you have seen CPWD Works Manual, it is a good document to give you a general overview of contracts. You all should go through it once. Okay, so what is the primary difference between 2-bit and 3-bit system?
Yeah, I think B, sir.
B?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, B.
Hmm?
So B.
B.
Okay. Uh, but what exactly is this one more step that is one more stage that is added? You guys are free to Google it.
So is it administrative approval?
No. Administrative approval is done even before inviting the NIT. Or sorry, even before inviting the tenders. Okay, so it's C, financial criteria. See, what happens is that let's suppose government is asking that let's build a new airport in Gurgaon. Okay, we are already having Jewar Airport is under construction. New Delhi Airport is there, and they are asking for Gurgaon Airport. And we all combined together and made a company that okay, and with all our combined experience, we can bid for the project. Technical side is covered, but what about the financial side? You already said that one of the stakeholders is Adani. Obviously, he's managing the company is managing a lot of airports now. So there has to be some financial criteria also. That are you even capable of delivering that project or not?
The cash flow should be consistent as well.
Yeah, definitely. So those things are in the 3-bit systems. So the middle one is financial criterias. Uh, okay, so yeah, coming to the important question here. What is the deciding factor for awarding the contracts? See, we saw that in 2-bit system there are 2 bits, technical and
All
financial.
of the
Yeah,
oh,
A, B, C.
A, B, and C. Okay, anybody else?
A and C.
Uh, let me just keep on marking. Okay, so we have got A, B, and C. Then we have got A and C. Anybody else?
in the evaluation
Finally,
process.
the cost will decide the L1. After all the stages passed and qualification of the contractors, finally the cost that L1 will be the awarded contractor.
Yeah, the deciding factor in our case,
Okay.
in in um, every kind of tender, it is going to be the project cost. The deciding factor will be the project cost. We'll see this in numerical. Okay, so before we move on from bidding, let me ask you what are some unfair bidding practices? You already have some experience, you have studied, you read the news. I mean, you see the same company getting tenders again and again. You see some companies not even being invited. So as public or as somewhat novice about the system, you must have felt that there is some unfair practice going on. I mean, this is a kind of discussion that we Indians definitely feel very strongly about.
Security?
Uh, Unfair. I'm talking about unfair bidding practices.
Yeah, like offering of bribe and pooling between contractors.
Okay. Uh, Bribes, contractor pulling. Anything else?
Political connections.
Can you? Okay. Can you please repeat it?
Political connections.
Okay. Political connection. Okay. Anything else?
The current tendering process, I think, must be updated because the system, how the NIT goes on in the construction work of different projects that the agencies have to uh, earn money from there, but the actual
No, but they are I mean, earning money from not so legal sources. That's what you are telling, right?
no, I'm not saying that point. I'm saying that point the system of this NIT system should be changed because when the tendering system uh, publishes मतलब तो मैं हिंदी
या डेफिनेटली सर, आप बिल्कुल आप हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं. मोस्ट वेलकम.
हाँ मैं बोलना चाहता है कि जो टेंडरिंग प्रोसेस होता है इसमें जो एजेंसीज रहता है उन लोगों को भी प्रॉफिट चाहिए अब गवर्नमेंट जो एनआईटी जो पब्लिश करता है वहां पर से अगर एजेंसी अपना मुनाफा निकाल के वो जरूर अपना मुनाफा निकाल के वो प्रोजेक्ट में काम करता है तो मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ मतलब the quality of the construction work is getting lower. I am मतलब मैं ये बात बोलना चाह रहा हूँ.
देखिए, क्वालिटी ऑफ द कंस्ट्रक्शन दैट इज क्वाइट अ डिफरेंट थिंग. एंड सी, वी हैव सीन कि प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट अगर 100 crores है, सो somebody is bidding even as low as 75 crores or 70 crores just to get the contract. And
Yes.
if some specialist decided that the cost would be 100 crores including 10% of contractor profit, then going below, so below,
Doesn't
then
make sense.
definitely there is going to be some compromise here or there. But
But sir,
yeah.
in the estimate specifications, there is no any item that is considered to be the contractor's profit. There is all just for the specifications and the estimated cost in total. Actual
Okay, sir,
No,
we
no,
will.
this is not the case.
Okay, we will.
Contractor profit, yeah,
Yeah, we will discuss
in
this
government
point when we.
organizations, contractor profit is means, inculcated in the calculation.
Yeah.
It's almost as high as 15%, 17%. And if somebody quotes low, I think there is no such law which prevents from somebody quoting even 50% below. But there should be something against that, I think.
Yeah. See, there is one provision. What happens is that I have seen this in PWD, state PWDs, that if the contractor is quoting below 10%, uh, for the rest of the amount, like let's say he quoted below 18%, for 8% he has to submit the bank guarantee, additional bank guarantee. So that
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is a provision. Yeah.
yeah. And Regarding if it is there or not, we will discuss in the next session. We will have estimation of quantities and rates. So in that we will discuss schedule of rates. Okay, so coming to unfair bidding practices, you will find that there is some clause in bidding that there should be a handful of eligible bids. So what they would do is they will make a cartel of themselves, and one person will quote the lowest price or what at what rate he wants, and the others will definitely quote way higher than that. Similarly, they would do this chance by chance so that everybody gets the project, some project, or they might do is that they might divide the area or territory among themselves, like Mumbai.
This is ring, tender ring, sir.
Yeah,
Ring.
या डेफिनेटली कार्टेल और रिंग, या फिर जैसे मुंबई माफिया एरिया बांट लेते हैं कि अगर इफ द प्रोजेक्ट इज फ्रॉम दिस एरिया दिस एक्स पर्सन विल टेक. So yeah, there are a lot of unfair bidding practices, and there are clauses to fight these unfair practices. But the question comes is that the authority has to prove that okay, there was some unfair practice, and this is kind of difficult to do. Would anybody like to add something?
एक केस मैंने भी ऐसा भी देखा था सर कि एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एलिजिबल नहीं था,
हाँ,
बट उसने जो कंपनी जो सूट करती है उसके साथ ज्वाइंट वेंचर करके उसने काम किया है. ये भी एक पॉसिबिलिटी है सर.
हाँ, बिल्कुल होता है ऐसा. इवन आई वॉज ऑन अ साइट वंस. इट वॉज अ 1,000 crore project. So initially it was awarded to someone well connected, and as you know, the first task in construction is usually the excavation. So that party could only complete till excavation, not even complete. They did some excavation, got some amount, and went out of the project, and it was handed over to another big company to complete it finally. So yeah, unfair practices also bring a lot of losses to the public exchequer.
Like the tender inviting authority, like also in contract they have specific conditions like unconditional acceptance. So they just hell they just bound the contractor to complete the project in any case.
Yeah, or that's why they take bank guarantees and security deposits, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now coming to deposits. What is the purpose of earnest money deposit in a tender process?
D.
ये सर ये
Yeah.
D.
Uh, C or D?
D. D.
D, sir.
Okay,
D, sir.
D again. Yeah. So, earnestness. So, to demonstrate the bidder's serious intent to participate. Now, let's say the project cost is 100 CR, and you want your bid price is 95 CR. The EMD is 2%. So what is the actual amount?
The actual amount, like
Actual amount is 2% of 95 CR.
95 CR only. Like that 2%
19,000.
is exclusive, like apart from 95 CR, or included in 95
No,
CR? That's the question.
I am
Project cost is 100 crores now, sir.
no, I am asking about what is
EMD is
the
from the-
EMD. If it is 2%, then what will be the
2
numerical value?
crores.
2 crores. It is
2
from the
crores.
project cost, not from the bid of the contractor.
Okay, so EMD is basically decided by the client side, and client side is sure about the project cost, right? I mean, they calculated it, they estimated it. So EMD is 2% of the project cost. Similarly, if you are paying some guarantee or some security deposit, it is on your part, on the contractor's part. So all those things, SD, BG will be on the bid price. Uh, okay, so now a very big question. I mean, textually big question. This is similar to your assignment problem. So I think you guys would be interested in solving this. So what we have here is that there is one project. Project cost is 50 lakh. Now they have asked for tenders. Here they have added one more step, that is safety score also they will check. Technical score, safety score, and financial score. How are they validating it? Let's see their conditions. Okay, like I said now that you should know the evaluation criteria. So for a valid bid, both TS and SS must be more than or equal to 50. Then how do they calculate the financial score? This is the formula. Then the weightage is given. What is the weightage? 50, 25, 25. Right? And who will be awarded the job? Job will be awarded to the bidder with highest composite score. In tie, you will see the highest technical score. If none of the bidders met the criteria, the call shall be cancelled. If you are clear about these conditions, let's see the scores. Okay, so what would be the first step?
So one question,
Yeah,
like so this overall score like is consisting of all the parts, like technical part, safety part, financial part.
yeah.
But just a few slides back, we had a question that what is the deciding criteria uh, to award a tender. So in that we answered that the financial is the deciding criteria.
Yeah. So this again brings me to the context of this course. What you are going through this course is quite broad, and there will be things that are not related to,
Hmm.
that are not
Yep.
uh, in real. I mean, they are only in the theoretical domain. See, what is happening is that if you follow this kind of system, okay, if if you follow this kind of system, you will get something of a, you can say, acceptable contractor on each and every parameter. But
Yes, sir.
what system we follow is, we want to save the public's money, so we will be awarding it anyway to the L1.
So that's the
But
top priority.
yeah, but is that the ideal system? No, definitely not. I mean, for someone who has not even constructed that kind of a structure, his technical score might be very low. Or for someone who cuts cost by compromising on the safety of the workers, of safety of the project site, his safety score would be very low. But as he is cutting the cost otherwise, his bid would be low. So you will be awarding him. So on the comprehensive side, that person might not be acceptable to you. But as there is no evaluation criteria, or you cannot justify it in monetary terms, you will obviously be awarding him because he is the L1. And this kind of situation that you said, that what we are seeing in theory and what is the real condition, even what uh, even there can be contradictions in our answers, this will be because of the subjective nature of this topic.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so now let's try to evaluate. What is the first thing? Find out what are the valid bits.
So
TS and SS.
A and F are not considered because their TS and SS are below 50.
Okay, TS is good enough, right?
So for F,
For F, for F, TS is a problem. For
and
A, safety is a problem. So we will ignore these two, right?
yes,
Uh, okay. So what next? For those who are qualified, now we are here. We have to calculate FS. FS is what? L by Fi into 100. Right? Who is the Fi here? Lowest bid. Lowest bid is E. Right?
45 is lowest bid, sir.
Yeah, and he is eligible. So the score he gets is 100. What about others? It would be 49 by 45 into 100.
Correct.
Right, this is the formula, L by Fi into 100.
53 by 45.
Okay, so anybody who has calculator in his hand? I mean, I have got it, but anybody else?
49.
Sir, it's 45 by 49. So can you show the previous slide?
Okay, yeah, it should be definitely. I've written it, you know. Okay, 45 by 49.
91.83.
Yeah, 91.83. Let's keep it 92. What about 53 then?
45 divided by 53.
85.
Right.
55 is 82. 59 is 76. Do you guys think we should have calculated for A?
No.
Yeah, because we already eliminated it, right?
Yes, sir. Right. You are right.
Okay.
Not eligible to safety scores.
Yeah. So now we have got the financial scores, technical score, and safety score, and we have got the what you can say weightage also, 25, 25, and 50. Can you help me calculate for B, C, D, and E their composite scores?
Sir, for bidder D, it should have been 76.
Which one?
Bidder D, financial score.
Which, B or D?
D as in dog.
Okay. Maybe let me check. 76, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just correct it to 76. Okay. So have you guys calculated any of the composite scores? Yeah, for me it comes out to be 72.75.
Yes, sir. 72.75.
Okay. What about the rest? For this question, I haven't even tried it. I'm just trying it for in front of you. 66, 57, 82. That brings us to 71 point.
71.75.
Okay. What about D and E?
71.5.
71.5. And E?
78.
78. Okay. So who wins the project?
E.
Okay. E wins the project. Right. Everybody agrees with this? I mean, in some case, when we were discussing that L1, the lowest score wins, but here the highest one wins.
E having the highest composite scores.
Yeah. So let's go back to the terms. We awarded it to the highest composite score. There was no tie here, and everybody met the criteria. So, yeah, we'll award it to E. And similarly, if you have to rank it in order, right? So, what would be the order? List all qualified bidders in order. E, B, C, and D, right?
Right, sir.
Okay. So let's take a couple of more questions. These are from the previous year assignments. In the context of construction projects, consider the following statement. A stakeholder is the one who is directly involved in the project. We already discussed the stakeholders for airport. Every construction project is unique in terms of local conditions, people, and equipment involved in the construction. Which of the above statements are true?
Both, sir.
Okay.
Statement 2 only.
Statement 2 only, both. Okay. Anybody else? Why statement 1 is
Statement 2,
false?
sir.
Why is first statement false? I mean, stakeholders are involved, right?
Because stakeholder is
He
involved
एक
may
directly
not
or
be
There,
directly
indirectly
like
involved.
also.
direct involvement is
direct,
mentioned,
direct
so there can be
Stakeholder
indirect
is
involvement
also
as
involved
well.
indirectly also.
Okay. Yeah. So there could be indirect involvement, there could be positive involvement, there could be negative involvement. So for this exercise, you will have this figure on working out which has positive impact, which has negative impact. Okay. Okay. So next, in the context of executing the contracts by a contractor, consider the following statements. Most of the expenditure in a construction project occurs in the initial period. S-curve analysis helps in monitoring project progress.
Statement 2, sir.
Statement 2 is correct. Okay.
2 is correct.
What? Confirm 2 is correct?
1 is false, that's for sure.
Okay, 1 is false. And second is correct. Uh, okay. How many of you guys don't know about S-curve? Because there are students here, so yeah. So I am getting some raised hands. Okay. So anybody from the experience side who would like to describe what S-curve is?
I think it's related to the progress of the project. Like in the beginning, the cost incurred will be less, and then the middle period will be more, and it will gradually settle down at the end of the project.
Uh, okay. So let's try to build it. Okay. Time versus cost. Are the axes right?
Like we
Yes.
always take the the dependent thing on the y-axis, so that's correct. Then it is
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So let's see. What happens initially? Let's just make the S. Okay. And we will see what it is later. Okay. Sorry, my S is not my. I should just shut up right now. Let's say this is the completion, and we have got. I am just talking about 3 stages. So initially you will find that the cost is quite on the low side, and then you have got steep increase and some decrease. Okay, this is the kind of curve you plot. The slope is higher here, the slope is lower here. Okay, so when will you learn about this in detail is when we discuss project control, and we'll discuss project control very soon. So yeah, it helps in monitoring the project progress. How? Let's say that this is your plant. Okay. uh, we are talking about today. So as performed, you can see that you have already spent X amount of money. Okay. So what will you say? Is your project over budget or under budget?
Under budget.
Under budget. Anybody else?
So,
Cost
I
incurred
think
is
that
more.
at this point of time it is over budget,
Okay, so
but it may so happen that like till the end it uh, gets the
compensated.
compensated.
Okay.
This is
Do
what
you
I feel.
think are we missing any factor here? See, right now you only have one thing, that by today you have spent more than you wanted to spend, right? Like, uh, let me put some figures, okay? So by today you were thinking of spending only 20 cr, and you have spent 22 cr. But it might be the case that you have already, till this point you were planning to do only 20% of the work, but here you have completed 25% of the work.
Yes, the progress
The
might be
progress
more.
part,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
So
progress part is missing.
you see that over budget, under budget, one more another term comes here about the
That
schedule.
can be only decided at the completion.
Completion.
Is that the case?
Yeah. So if we just add the part of, I mean, if the project is running on time or behind time, before, I mean, before time, over time, what are the correct terms for these?
Like lagging behind or uh,
Okay. You can use Google. Okay. So this is for you guys. You just have an overview of what is earned value management. We will discuss it in detail. So I will keep this hanging till then. Okay, so now coming to another big question, similar to what you have seen in your assignments. Uh, Please take your calculators out. Um, a construction company stores various. Okay, before this question, I see that a handful of people have joined late. Would you guys want to have a quick recap of what we did?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Uh, so this recap uh, comes with some conditions on you also. Okay. So let's go back. So this was the overview of the course. This course is on the broader side, and depth might not be there. So depth part, it would have to be done by you. Yeah, we will definitely discuss. I am a PhD scholar at IIT Delhi. My research area is data driven decision making and detailed twins. So I will try to bring some detailed context here, and you guys have to be actively participating in these sessions. So the guys who joined late, kindly tell me about you and what you are expecting from this course and these sessions. Yeah, you have to answer this question, then and only then we'll be recapping in a couple of minutes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, just basic information about the first chapter,
Yeah.
And that's it, sir.
Okay, what about you? And I mean, why are you doing this course?
Sir, actually, there was five options for us.
Okay.
With within that five options, one option was construction management, sir.
Okay. So this
Sir,
will count towards your degree, right?
yes, sir. And after completing graduation, sir, I wanted to go for job, sir, which helps me in my skill development and all, sir. So I chose the construction management, sir.
Okay. Hopefully we'll try to with all the discussions, we all will try to make this a learning experience for all of us.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
Pankaj Katyal this side.
Okay.
My expectation from this course to upskilling my construction management processes.
Okay. Then I think you are in the right course because we will be covering a lot of topics. So you will get the idea, but we won't be going into detail. So that will also save you some time. But if you want to go into detail, there are 4 5 other NPTEL courses that can help you. But yeah, for the broader view, this is the good one. Okay, so we discussed things about iron triangle, time, scope, and cost, how they affect the quality. We moved on to a case study of airport projects about the stakeholders in an airport project. Then we discussed two kinds, the stakeholders in the design or construction part of the airport project and in the operations part. So I will be sharing these slides with you and how these stakeholders are interlinked, like what kind of effect do they have. Yeah. Are you saying something? Okay. So we discussed this airport case study similar to the metro case study in the sir's lectures. Then we came to different components related to airport infrastructure, and the discussion was on NIT. So, why NIT? If you want something done, you should obviously choose the right person to do it, right? And how do you choose the right person? If you don't know, you ask them. If you know the person, you will directly talk to them, but you might not be sure that is he ripping you off or not. So how do you ask right persons to approach you? This is the way you invite tenders. So who should you ask, or how wide your circulation should be? Like, if you are inviting a tender just to build your home, you would be interested in contractors in your area itself, right? Somebody who has good connections. But if you are in the position of authority for some big project like metro, airport, or tunnel, you would want the companies from all over the world, experts from all over the world, coming in and showing interest. So you can see that there is a wide scope even for the target audience of NIT. Why is it done? To invite the qualified bidders. Then what do we have here is the scope of work and how the bids are going to be evaluated. Uh, then obviously we also have to include the tender opening date and time, so that they actually know that okay, till this date we had to wait. Similarly, we talked about two-bid system. Two-bid system, the first envelope is of technical qualification, the technical bid, and second one is of financial bid. Only after you qualify at the first stage, your financial bid is opened. Similarly, there is a three-bid system in CPWD where they add a financial criteria as a middle stage. But even after all these, the deciding factor in our case, in as per CPWD or as per even Asian Development Bank or all these, the deciding factor is always going to be the L1, the the project cost quoted by the contractor. Who has quoted low will get it. So we also had a general discussion about unfair bidding practices. Then we went on to earnest money deposit. It is calculated on the estimated project cost, while security deposit is on the bid price. It actually shows the earnestness of the contractor to participate. Then we came into calculation of composite score, or how to rank the bids. This is similar to your assignment problem. and we saw that this is not quite same as what we just studied in theory. Then stakeholders, obviously, who are directly or indirectly involved, who have positive or negative impact, and the uniqueness of construction project. Here I would like to raise one question to you guys. What do you mean by a project? I mean, you are, the topic is construction management. I am going into the deeper theory. What do you mean by project?
Sir, any big or small work that must be done within with respect to time is called project.
Okay, big or small work done within time is called project. Anything else? Anybody else?
Scope of work.
Scope of work. But how can a scope of work be the project? Okay, I will need a couple of more answers before moving forward, because this is a good point here.
It has a unique objective and a start and finish date.
Okay, unique objective, start and finish stage.
A planned work which is completed over a period of time.
Uh, can you please repeat?
A planned work which is
A planned
completed
work.
over a period of time.
Okay. So
Sir, also with a budget also it matters, sir.
okay, budget also. So let
Matters.
so let me give you the definition of project. So we have got three different definitions in front of us. Mm, so guys who are getting bored in the recap session, you might find it interesting. So PMI describes it as Project Management Institute. This is a US agency. It describes it as a temporary endeavor to create a unique product or service. Okay, so temporary. I mean, start and end date should be there. It shouldn't go on and on and on. Association for Project Management. This is a UK agency who defines it as undertaken to achieve planned objectives. And how do you define the planned objectives? As outputs, outcomes, or benefits. So unique, transient, like it has to end, start and end. So now you can't say that okay, I had some mud here and I made a model out of it and it is a project. Why? Because the second definition adds that you have to achieve planned objectives. If initially you planned that okay, I will make the model of a vest, then if you achieve that, then it is a project. But okay, now coming to another agency, IPMA. If UK does something, Europe doesn't stay behind. So this is a European agency. Here, an important addition to the definition comes: a temporary organization. In the first two, what happened is, first gave you that it has to be temporary, it has to be unique. Second gave you that even if it has to be unique, you have to achieve your objectives, the planned objectives. But how do you achieve your planned objectives? That is hinted in the third definition: a temporary organization. Organizations mean there has to be some structured way of how you achieve your objectives or how you complete your project. This brings us like, okay, why project management is more scientific in nature nowadays. Is this helpful for you guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
any questions or any objections?
Sir, sir, is there any Indian agency for any criteria, sir?
Okay, so you have got IS code, project management. We have got IS code for this also. 15 15383. I mean, I'm not so sure about the number. Let me search and give you the right one. Okay. BIS project management. Yeah, 15883. So you have got construction project management IS codes. Uh, okay. Anything else?
Sir, please can you repeat it, sir? Code.
Okay, I will share it. I will add it to the slides.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Mm, okay. So moving forward, we discussed what is S curve, right? Any question about S curve right now, except the time one because we kept it for later. Okay. So now coming to another
Sir,
section. Yeah.
sir, can you please recap that S cap, sir?
S curve.
Sir, S curve, sir.
Okay. So let me draw it once again on the smaller scale this time. So what you have got is you have got time and you have got cost. Let's say you are still in the initiation phase, you are still planning, you are still designing. So at that time, your cost of the project would be on the lower side, right? Till design stage or planning stage, even inviting your tenders. As soon as you go into detailed design or construction, you will see that your cost has started increasing till nearing the end of your construction, and towards the closure phase you will see that it is taking time to close, but the cost variance is not much. So this is the S curve, and this is the usual planned S curve. Then you plot what you have done, what is the cost today, or what is the progress that you have achieved today, and you compare it uh, to monitor the project progress. Okay.
Yes, sir.
uh,
So can we use this S curve to project our time of completion or like cost?
Sir, this is a very loaded question. I mean, as you can see that even while drawing these two S curves, I am not even sure that which path we will follow. Even in planning stage, we are not 100% sure what exactly will happen. I mean, definitely it's the plan itself, plan only.
Mhm.
So prediction of what is going to happen next is a bit tough. But what we do in earned value analysis is we try to flatten the S curve. Like instead of taking as a curve, we think of it in terms of as a linear. Uh, I mean, as a line, and we try to project it like that. We will see it in project monitoring. Yeah, project monitoring and control. Also, we have one topic, so we'll
Mhm.
see it then numerically, and I guess that would clear it better.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So now coming to one another point, a big numerical, but we'll try to go through it fast. Material management. Why is it important? Why is material management important?
So, as the cost of the material is increasing day by day, sir,
Okay.
so we shouldn't, the material shouldn't be go waste, sir. It
Okay.
should be used in a proper way. So, there will be some cost management, sir.
Okay. Cost, waste. Anything else?
It implies direct cost to project, sir.
Okay. Directly it imply. Yeah. There is a.
So maintain uninterrupted supply of materials.
Okay. Supply. Anything else?
To reach the estimated price.
Okay. Estimated price. Again, we are linking with cost. Yeah.
Reduce storage costs.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. We have to reduce the storage cost.
So also reduce wastage of materials.
Okay. Wastage.
Timely availability.
Timely availability. I guess that is included in supply. Okay, anything else?
Sir, there must be always a full store in the inventory, sir.
Okay.
Of not full, sir, which is required uh, till the certain time that must be stored, sir.
Okay, storage, uh, sufficient storage, let's write it like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
mm, okay, anything else? Is is this point clear to everybody, or anybody would like some elaboration on this? We can see it with example also. That's why I'm asking if anybody is interested. Or we shall move on to the numerical part. No responses. I mean, numerical or example?
Numerical.
Numerical.
Okay, numerical. Actually, I was feeling hungry, so I would have given example of tomatoes here. So now let's come to the numerical. A construction company stores various items in the central stores. The average annual consumption and cost per unit of item is given. Classify the item using ABC analysis. What is ABC? What is ABC analysis?
Sir, different types of classes, sir.
Okay, different types of classification. We'll see it. Okay. So what you have is that if you have a lot of items and not enough manpower or not enough brain matter to focus on every item, what you would try to do is you will try to focus on the important items, right? And then you would like to delegate less important items, or if some item is required very less, and so you would be like, okay, let's just store it for the whole duration. So things like that. So classifying this, the ABC is one of the inventory control tools, one of the tools. We will see some more tools here. Okay, so what is the step now? You have been given average annual consumption and average per unit cost. So what you need to calculate is total cost. Okay, so can you help me multiply all these things? Total cost would be this multiplied by this.
$15 lakhs.
Okay, 15 lakh. Another, that is like 90,000. Is it 15 lakh or 22.5, something like that?
And I said total 15 lakhs. All items.
Okay, all items. What about the individual ones?
225,000.
2,25,000.
Okay, 2.25.
90,000.
0.9.
4.5.
4. Okay, let's not make the mistake. We will be dealing in thousands. Okay, in thousands. So this is going to be 2 to 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 90. Now
450.
450.
45.
45,
45. This one
15.
15.
15,
375.
375.
75.
75.
18,700.
187.5.
187.5.
262.5.
262.5.
37.5.
37.5.
7.5,
0.07. 0.075.
7.5. No, sir, 7.5.
7. Yeah, 150 into 50, that's like 1500 into 5, 7500. Okay, what's the total?
अभी जा रहे हो क्या चल रहे हैं?
Huh?
1500. 1500.
Okay, So we have the total cost now. Which items should be more important?
Sir, item G should be 135.
Item G, yeah, 130. Yeah, 67.5 into 2. Yeah, 135. Um, okay. So now
Sir,
we.
F should be 375.
Which one?
F 375.
Okay. F is 375. Yeah. So as you can see that the highest one is what, C? If we rank them in order.
450, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So C is first, then F,
F
right?
and J.
J.
J. The next is
A1.
yeah.
A.
Then I.
I.
Huh?
I.
Okay.
G, sir. G.
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 B, sir. B.
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 H.
H.
75.
D.
Where we are we? Okay.
D, sir. D.
We are
45.
at 7. Okay, D. Then we
K,
have got K,
37.5.
right?
K. Yes.
E, sir.
L.
10
E.
and 11.
La-
Okay. So now you have got 11 items ranked in order of their cost. But how do you classify them in A, B, and C?
Highest required data.
So what you do is you again make a curve. So this is how we got it, right? 3, 5, 1, 7, 11. Okay, we made some. We might have misplaced something, or did I cut? Did we not take care of any item? One, two, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. Which item did we did not take care of? Okay, let's move on with the slides. We have the answer in front of us. Like, we have got average annual consumption, we have got the rankings. What next? We arrange them in the order, and we calculate the. We arrange them in the order, right? Increasing order. Then we calculated the cumulative cost. First annual percent, like your total was 1500, so annual percent for each and every one of them, and we calculated the cumulative cost. You guys know how to calculate the cumulative cost, right? So what we are doing is, after arranging them in the descending order, we keep on adding. Like, this is 30%. Now for the cumulative cost, we add on the previous ones, 30 plus 25, 55. The next 15, 70, and similarly we make it. Now what is the criteria? The method is ABC. So A is 70% of the cumulative cost. So till 70% we have got A. B is 90%. So till 90% we have got B, and C is the remaining one. Okay, so you can say that if you take care of only 3 items out of 12, you can take care of 70% of your material cost, right? Can you see the idea behind this experiment? That out of 12, you just focus on 3 items and you have covered 70%, you are controlling 70% of your material cost. Does this help you? I mean, out of 100%, 100 मार्क्स में से 70 मार्क हमें ये लिमिटेड टॉपिक पढ़ के मिल जा रहा है.
Yes, sir.
तो खुशी तो होगी ना?
Basically, we are we are trying to identify the critical items, like.
Yeah. So this is one way to do it. How we did it is using the cost. Okay. And obviously जब हमारा, when we are focusing on the cost point, like we will be giving it to the lowest bidder, so cost is an important criteria. Let's see how this looks in the curve. Uh, does anybody know of Pareto principle?
Sir?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Pareto.
Okay. Uh, just a moment. How many of you guys are not happy with Hindi? I, I mean,
Happy with Hindi, sir.
okay. So there are a couple of guys. So what happens is Pareto is. I mean, in Hindi it would have been because my mother tongue is Hindi. I would have. Okay. So Pareto is a serious dude sitting by himself and thinking, okay, I have lots of things to do, and how do I do it? How do I prioritize it? So he decided and he gave one principle, that is 80-20 principle. Like it and that was he was a serious guy with lots of things to do. So what he found out was that if he had to do 100 tasks, only 20 tasks were giving him 80% of the tension, and rest 80 tasks were giving him only 20% of the tension. So if you make a pie out of it, like tension and work, so 20% of the work was giving him 80% tension, and 20% of or 80% of the work was giving him 20% tension. So what did he decide? He said that okay, let me focus on what part? Let me focus on this part.
80% of work.
No, 20% of the work, right? Because it is giving him 80% tension now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I
So
mean,
tension means
tension means
use
workload,
resistance to work,
stress.
sir.
I mean, this is a fable kind of thing, a story thing, not your, not some tension from mechanics. Okay, let me write workload also.
It's a
Workload.
very practical thing, I think. If you take care of the most important 20% of your work, then all of your most tension will be gone.
Yeah. So this is the Pareto principle, which actually inspired your ABC method. And as as he just said that it is a very practical thing, you can definitely apply it in your lives also, and you usually do it, even if you don't know the name, you do it because this is like quite initiative for everyone. Okay, I have got raised hands. Would someone like to say something?
Sir, in this concept, what is tension, sir?
uh, okay, if you have to solve 20 questions, do you take some pressure? Is there some pressure on you to do the work?
Yes, sir, there is pressure.
Yeah, but the pressure might not be equal from each question. Some questions you might find easier to solve, some questions you will find very difficult. For some questions you directly can search from Google, and for some questions you will have to go through study books.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, if you can identify that okay, these 5 questions are giving me more pressure, and if you solve them first, most of your pressure will go off, right?
Yes, sir, I understood, sir.
Yeah. So that is one example, one application of Pareto principle.
Sir. First solving, which is the toughest one.
Yeah, not solving. I mean, I won't say solve, but it's like taking care of. Like if you keep in mind that okay, these are the tough questions, so you know that okay, even if I solve around them, I will have to take care of these questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I said that ABC is one method. What are some other methods? Here is the list. Anybody would like to go through it? I mean, HTML का M गायब हो गया. We have, okay. One another question. I have got raised hands. Guys, you can just turn on your mics and say. Uh, Jagatha S. I apologize for the wrong pronunciation. And Abhishek, would you like to say something? Uh, okay. So what we have got here is that one is VED. You first decide that okay, which one is very important, which one is important, and which is like okay desirable. Similarly, there might be some items that you are using very fast. Like let's say you are preparing your breakfast, so you will be consuming eggs and bread very fast, but your oil consumption would be low and your veggies would be on the normal side. So this is how you decide which one to order fast. Similarly, coming to SDE, let's say you want to make a pizza sandwich and it will require mozzarella and tomatoes. Now you know that tomatoes are very scarce to obtain. Then mozzarella, baby mozzarella, it might not be easily available, but bread is easily available. So you can divide it into scarce, difficult, or easy to obtain. And how will it help in lead time, like how long will you have to wait after ordering. Similarly, there might be some items that you you take from government, or some items are local or some are to be imported. Okay, and again this is price, HML based on price, unit price. Okay, this one is based on unit price, and this one is, I guess, why am I reading it twice? I will have to check. Okay, so I hope you got an idea. Now coming to one another part, equipment management. You know, equipment management is treated as a complete course in IITs, a whole semester course, and here we will be discussing it on one slide. Okay, why is equipment management necessary? Anybody?
Instead of wasting amount and cost, we can use rental items for temporary usage.
Efficiency of work, sir.
Okay, I mean, if you want more efficiency of work, you will have to use equipment, latest equipment kind of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If the work of job is more.
Okay, if the quantum is more, then you would prefer to use machines. Okay, see, as managers, you will have to manage all these three things: manpower, machinery, and material. We and obviously, how will you manage it? Using money, right? Okay, so now the question comes. You will go by an example. Okay, you have to perform excavation. So you need some equipment. Those equipments could be excavator, dozers, trucks, dumpers. So would you like to buy all these equipment, or would you like to rent them, or would you like to lease them for some time? These are three condition. These are three criteria. Three choices in front of you. What would you prefer to do?
That depends
Lease,
on
lease.
our work, sir.
Okay, let me write it down so that everyone can follow. You have excavation activity. Wait, है ना? You need loader, excavator, trucks, right? Let's focus on these three. Now, would you like to own it, rent it? I mean, buy it outright, rent it, or lease it? How will you decide?
Sir,
Own,
rent.
own it.
The option will be either rent or
It depend
take
upon
a
nature
lease,
of
sir.
work.
Okay, one thing I am hearing is nature of work,
Yes,
and
big or small,
someone said that we'll directly own it.
Because
Lease,
the
sir.
project we can
Or
use in the next project also, sir.
rent.
Okay, rent maybe. Then
Leasing, sir. Leasing.
Sir, that
next.
directly depends on what kind of our work and duration of our work, sir. If
Okay,
it is less than a week, then we will rent, sir. More than a week, then we may go for lease, sir.
Okay.
If it is continuous work, then we may buy it, sir.
Okay, continuous work, then buy it. Uh,
And availability of equipment, sir.
okay, there is another thing. If it's, but tell me one thing. How will availability of equipment decide? Like, if the equipment is available, will you own it, rent it, or lease it? If the equipment is not
Rent.
available, you can't do anything, right?
Own, sir, own.
Okay. I have got
Sir,
one raised hand.
owning,
Yeah.
sir, if we own, the investment is high, sir.
Okay, investment is high. So now I am getting.
Sir, I would prefer to lease it or rent it out, sir,
Uh,
because we need to always have a skilled worker for maintaining the equipment.
yeah.
As an agency, we cannot provide all kinds of skilled workers.
Okay. So if you don't have skilled workers, no, then you go for renting or leasing, right?
So operating
Yes.
costs.
Okay, now I am getting
It's
another
depend
answer.
upon logistic cost actually. What is the payback thing?
Okay, operating cost. Then another thing is what? Payback, right?
Yeah, logistic cost, handling, payback.
Logistics, handling,
Post-work repairs.
uh, handling, repairs. Anything else? I mean, finally, I'm getting a list that I was expecting from the beginning. So I'm quite happy. Thank you, everyone.
So technology also. Like,
Okay, how will technology decide to own or rent?
sir, if we buy an equipment after a few years, new technology comes up, so it's a disadvantage since we bought an older technology one.
Okay, okay, that is one case. So, yeah, anything else?
Sir, owning is not the way, sir, because if we own some machines or equipments, the continuous work should be there, sir, or else there will be a loss to the owner, sir. Indirect loss, sir.
Okay, one another term came, indirect loss.
Depreciation on equipments, equipments
Uh,
and machinery.
okay, depreciation.
Maintenance cost.
Maintenance cost, I guess we wrote. No, we didn't. Oh, repairs we had. Okay, I will add maintenance here. Okay, anything else? Okay, let me now discuss. Again, we will go back to that Einstein. First, delve into the problem. The problem here is, do you want to own the equipment or rent or lease it? The You made a lot of assumptions. I mean, even the condition was given to you that excavation has to be done with three equipment, but the assumption about what is the quantum of work, how fast do you want to finish it, or all those details were not given. So you kind of assumed it, right? See, why I am highlighting this point is that even in lives, many times it would be you would be in a decision making situation, and instead of going through the process of having all the inputs, all the information, dealing with the requirements, what assumptions you are making, you will directly jump to the solution. And yeah, with your experience, it would be the best. It would be a good solution, but you can't be sure that it is the best solution. Okay, I won't apologize for lecturing, but we will be trying to follow this in numericals we solve in the next sessions. So right now, what you gave me is, you gave me two types of factors. One is on the choice of equipment, like if you have the next project, or if that equipment is versatile, so you will try to choose that equipment. And the other one is on the financial side, do you want to own it, rent it, or lease it? So I will just summarize that if you have limited work to be done, you would prefer renting it. If you need that equipment for a longer time and you are quite sure about that equipment, then you would prefer to own it. But in case you don't have sufficient amount, then you would think, okay, let me just lease it. I mean, these are the very three basic conditions. Uh, all these things will come somewhere, but the basic thing is that okay, limited work, limited time, you need new technology, you rent it. You need that equipment, you are sure about it, so you own it, but you don't have sufficient funds, so you lease it. Now coming to one another simple thing, economic life. So what you see is what happens is uh, annual cost, okay, and time. So with time, the ownership cost reduces. Okay, if you have bought it already, the ownership cost reduces, while your maintenance and operating cost increases. I mean, if you take an example of your phone itself, phone. Let's not use phone. Let's suppose your vehicle itself. Initially, it would have cost you a quite lot. So annual cost for first year would have been higher, but for 2 years you would divide it into 2 years. For 3 years you would divide it into 3 years. So ownership cost is reducing, but your repair and maintenance cost, you know that after some time your insurance is going to expire and then you have to pay for it yourself. So repair and maintenance cost is going to increase. So if you have to plot the economic, if you add both these terms, which you will find that you get a curve something like this. Okay, this is a separate point. This they might not lie. So this is where this total own plus O&M is the minimum, and this time becomes your economic life. Okay, you might have seen these numericals. Any
എന്താ
question? Yeah.
എന്തിന് നിങ്ങൾ ഫോണ് പൈസ തരണമെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് ആദ്യം പൈസ തരണം, കാരണം ഞാൻ പാപ്പരാണ്.
Okay.
പൈസ തന്നാ
So
ഞാൻ പോയി ചെയ്തുതരാം എവിടെന്നെങ്കിലും.
I guess we are towards the end of the session. Any question about this? What we just saw, economic life, owning versus renting. Anything that you didn't like, or you would want some more explanation?
Sir, the top one curve, sir. Can you please
Okay.
explain?
The top one curve is quite simple. Actually, it's just the sum of these two.
Yes, sir.
Like this is x and this is y. So this value is x plus y.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So yeah, another quote from my side. Any questions? Anything? Guys, we are towards the end of the session, so I would like you to tell me what did you expect from this session, what more do you want, so that I can bring those stuff for you in the next session. You can also tell me if you didn't like the session, so I will know that okay, I will have to make some changes. Okay, yeah, you can just say it without raising the hand. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can turn on your mics. Just let me know. See, we are going to be
ഇല്ല.
here for almost 2 months.
So where will we find the
കൈ പൈസ
PDF?
ഇല്ല ഏട്ടാ, ഇല്ല.
Okay, the slides and the
ഇന്റർനെറ്റ്
slides
ഞാൻ
I will
ക്ലാസ് കേട്ടോണ്ടിരിക്കാണ്.
the slides I will upload it in a drive folder and will share the link. And this meeting recording you will find it on YouTube.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you guys should definitely let me know what else do you want from the session.
Sir, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, can we, sir, can we check for all students, sir, which language will be best for them, sir? Hindi or English?
Okay, but I think the course language is going to be English, but okay. Uh, so we have to stick to that. But for some parts, I can. I mean, I will try not to shift to Hindi much, if that is the
Okay, sir.
problem.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
For some point of understanding, sir, can you tell us in Hindi, sir?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You just point it out to me, and I will explain it to you in Hindi. No issues there.
Okay, sir.
Do you want me to explain some topic from this lecture in Hindi?
Not sure, sir.
Okay. You can go through it again via slides or recording, and do let me know.
Okay, sir.
Hello,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
sir. Can I know name, please, sir? Your name, sir. I
Uh,
came for late, so
okay. I'm Venugopal Mahajan. That's what you were asking, right?
yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So, I mean, I am yet to get any content suggestion, something that you would want in addition to this, or will this be sufficient for you guys?
That is sufficient.
Okay.
Sir, any example of um, what is being in the world, sir? Any company's example, sir?
Okay. Real life case studies. Yeah, that one thing I can bring.
Okay, sir.
Uh, okay. So this brings us to the end of this session. Thank you very much for joining, and I am hopeful that you guys will join me in the subsequent lectures, subsequent sessions, not lectures. These are not lectures. We'll be discussing in the same manner.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please share the PPTs. It is very much helpful to us, sir.
Yeah, I will share the PPTs. I will upload it today itself.
Look at this right, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. See you in the next session.
Yeah, definitely. Same time next week.